Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it, man, but then I was like, you know what? That's how it is. We can see all this. I believe so. I would just do. Okay, that's cool. All right, well, we're on camera right now. You good, buddy? You got it going? I think. Okay, let's see. Sorry, we're going live for the first time. Shalom, everybody. Oh, it's already on. We're in there. We're live right now. I'm just trying to figure out how this works. Okay. All right. We're in there. Right. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. I want to give double honor to our apostles, brothers, great Tucson. Honor to you both pushing out this truth all over the world. All right, this is the GMS Tucson camp. We are currently here on live right now, so all praises for that. Just more ways to get out the word. We're going to touch on a couple of subjects. What's going on out there in Maui? We're going to go through prophecy and current events. So before we do that, let's get some scriptures, on why we are out here. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not just out here, all right, for public entertainment. All right, this is dealing with real world matters, man. See what I'm saying? When it comes to the scripts, man. So whatever you got, brother, if you get Ezekiel 3:17, you're going to get the scripture. All right,
Isaiah 62:6, I have set watchmen upon thy walls of Jerusalem.
That's what I wanted right there. That's beautiful because that's exactly what I wanted. Go ahead, keep going.
Which shall never hold their peace,
right,
day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence.
So ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silence. We get Proverbs 1 and 20. Proverbs 1 and 20. Yeah, so the Lord is telling us not to keep silent. All right, when we're not out here on the highways, all right, we're making videos throughout the week, further condemning this place, man. All right, this trash can you call America. All right, and all these wickedness. Okay, so we're condemning this place every fucking day, man. And again, when we come out here on the highways and edges, we make our bodies a living sacrifice. So here we are. See, one thing you got to understand, this is the highest level of faith. All right, us being out here on the streets, man. Because this is what the Lord has commanded us to do. All right, go ahead and get that right there off that Proverbs first chapter.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
So that's what we are, man. We are in the streets and we're uttering our voice, man. All right, keep going on.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying.
So what is she saying? Huh?
How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Right.
And the scorners delight in their scorning. And fools hate knowledge.
We see a lot of that. We see a lot of that, man. Again, you tribes, man. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right, the Lord said that the life of a fool is worse than death. All right, and that's what a lot of our people have become. Okay, so 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die, man. This is not save everybody doctrine, man. What Nate is trying to build. All right, this is not the Heavenly Father's going to come back and redeem everybody, man. Okay, there's an elect out of the 12 tribes, man, that the Lord is coming back for, and that's pretty much what we out here, man. Right, that's our job. Keep going on.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
And it's not the Lord doing just that. All right, the Lord is making known his words, man. All right, that's why this truth is on all social media platforms. We could go live. You see what I'm saying? So again, the Lord made it where there's no excuse for anybody. You see that? Because you're being judged right now. The books are open. Like I was talking about last week, man. The books are open and the judgment is set. Right? So again, you got that scripture right there?
This is Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice.
That's our favorite job. Not here. bodies sacrifice, man. Anything, especially the times we're in now, right? But the angels are camping around us, man. So we're not worried about the things that man can do on humans because the Spirit of the Lord is with us. If not, we wouldn't be out here. You see, not just anybody can come out here and start teaching, man. This is, again, a very spiritual thing. That's why a lot of people can't receive it. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has to anoint you with the Spirit upon you to come out here and push these words out, man. It's a very spiritual and honorable thing that we keep going on.
Holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable sacrifice.
Sacrifice out here, and again, push forth these words and the end of this place, right? Same thing Noah was doing. Noah was building the physical ark. All right. When he wasn't building it, he was out there condemning the world. The same thing with us, man. We're building the spiritual ark as we always go into. You see that? And what are we doing? We're doing the same thing, man. We're condemning this place, man. All right. The Lord told us that He's going to destroy this place, all right, and we're to push out the word. So we're also going to get to, let's close our scriptures. We're going to go into Habakkuk, the second chapter. We're going to get Habakkuk, the second chapter in the KJV, also in the NLT. All right, we're going to go ahead and break that down and get it definition.
Yeah, us learning only a certain breed of man is going to learn the scripture, like we said. So let's prove it in Revelation 14:3. Yeah. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
Yeah, so in a particular time in all of our lives, man, always to our lives, get up and teach this truth, man. Get that Isaiah 61 up. Habakkuk 2. Yeah, Habakkuk 2. Yeah, go ahead.
This is Habakkuk 2:1. Yep. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Yeah, so we are on our watchtower. So when all the brothers go out, our watchtower, when our apostles create no song, all the elders on down. When you go out, you're upon your watchtower, man. See, like I said, throughout the week as well, we're making videos, all right, and again, further condemning this place, man. So this is the watchtower. We're watching out for the enemy. We're letting you know that the enemy is coming, man. See, the people behind the towers, they had no clue that the enemy was coming. All right, that's why we're out there to ring that bell, so to speak, to blow that horn, letting you know that the enemy is coming, man. All right, and we see what Esau's doing. We're seeing all the different events that's leading up, all right, to the CBDC, which is the market of beasts, man. All right, everything that's going on, all right, in this world, okay, is leading up to that chip. Those are the times that we are in, man. All right.
Isaiah chapter 60 and verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee.
See, that's what the Lord wants to rise and shine. Right? Our light is come, which is this truth, man. See that this truth represents the light represents the truth. Right? So we have a duty. All right, it's coming out here and pushing forward the work, man. By all means necessary.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
Exactly. Like I said, all social media platforms, man. All right, this is on there, man. So there's no excuse for you at the end of the day, man. You see that? And while the world is in darkness, man, all right, the truth is out there. Like the X-Files, man, the truth is out there. The truth is here, man. You see that? We could get into what's going on here. I know you want to go into that.
It's Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Okay, so like the brother said, man, we were given this light not to hide it, right? That would be foolishness. We were given this light, right, so that all the people in this dark place could see, because this is the valley of the shadow of death, man. And these people are walking around in blindness, not having no clue what they're doing. But that light's been brought to the world, beginning with Yahweh Shai, and now it's been given to this body that he set up, right? These different towers, these camps, these churches that he set up all throughout the world that are getting up to shine that light and to tell you what time it is, man. Blowing that horn.
Right, but I also wanted to get this too in the NLT, man. Isaiah 61, your brother Fred. Go ahead and get in NLT. Arise, Bruce, let your light shine for all to see. So that again, that's what we're doing, man. The spirit is shining for everybody to see, right? For the glory of Yahweh rise to shine on you. Darkness as black as night covers all the nations of the earth. But the glory of Yahweh rises and appears over you. All nations come to your light, man. So that's what we're dealing with, man. These people are in the darkest of black, man. You see, just all ignorant as hell, not knowing what the hell is going on. Not knowing that we are in the end times, man. There's no 10, 15 years from now, man. We're going month to month with this thing, man. That's how close we are to the end. For Esau implementing this chip, man. Go ahead, brother.
All right, I want to go to Ezekiel 33, going back to right where we started with the watchman. So I'm going to start at verse 2. Son of man, speak to the children of thy people and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and he warn the people. And it says, what is it? What is it? Raise up thy voice like a trumpet.
Yeah.
Cry aloud, spare not. Isaiah 58:1.
Yeah. Again, that's what we're doing, man. Right, we're not up here, all right, with a soft-spoken voice, man. No, man, we exalt our voice, and a lot of people get offended by it. Go ahead and get that off.
Sirach 20 and 30. It says, wisdom that is hid and treasure that is hoarded up, what profit is in them both? Better is he that hideth his folly than a man that hideth his wisdom.
Yeah, so again, are we hiding our wisdom? And we are not. Again, we're out here in public, man, for all the world to see. What you got?
Going back to the watchman, and if he sees something, when he sees destruction coming, he has to blow trumpet. So let's prove that that's what we're out here doing. So we go to Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud, spare not, raise up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So, I mean, that's self-explanatory. If you can't hear me, you're deaf.
Yeah, calm, man. Hey, that's why the Lord says this too. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. Then we're gonna get into what's going on out there in Hawaii, man. These devils, man. Acts. Yeah, we're gonna get it, man, because again, man, these devils, man. This is what they do. Or Acts 3:23. This should come to pass that every soul which will not hear that prophet shall be destroyed from among the people. So again, man, you don't want to hear us. The scripture says that, the Lord said that he raised up a prophet from among the brethren, man. You see that? So the Lord is not going to have another nation out here teaching Israel, man. Right? And that's another reason why our people, we just look at us and you wouldn't dare ask a question or even give a fuck good up here, man. Because our people have that hatred towards each other. Jake come up here and they want to tell you what they did. It's about the scriptures, man. It ain't about what you personally think, man.
Or how you feel. A lot of people like that feeling. They get all deep in their feelings.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, man.
It says, Matthew chapter 5, verse 15, neither do a man light a candle and put it under a bushel.
That's beautiful. We just brought that out. That's the spirit, man. Get it again, huh?
Yeah. It says, Matthew chapter 5, verse 15, neither do a man light a candle and put it under a bushel, but a candlestick, right, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Right? And that's ultimately what it is, man. We're giving the light to all that is in the house. Dealing with the Ba'af Dawadah, which is the house of David, man. So all that is in the house of David, we're a light. What it said, the Lord said, we're a light on the hill that can't be hidden. Right?
So right, man. So again, man, this is our reasonable service. This is what we're supposed to do. We don't look for a pat on the back or any cheerleaders, right? All right, the whole duty of man is to keep the commandments, man. See what I'm saying? This is a major one right here. Down here. Go ahead, brother.
I just ran across this, I put it in the wrong verse, but Isaiah chapter 6, and starting at verse 7, I'm gonna read through verse 8, I think, or 9. And he laid it upon my, well, let me start at 6. And he flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from the altar, and he laid it upon my mouth, and said, Lo, this hath touched thy lips, and thine iniquity is taken away, and thy sin is purged. Also I heard the voice from Yahweh saying, Whom shall I send, and whom will go for us? Then said I, Here am I, send me. And I mean, I could keep going. Let me just go one more. Let me go through that. And he said, Go and tell this people, Hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see ye indeed, but perceive not.
So our people, they see this up here, right? So if you don't see anything, first of all, you don't ask any questions. You see that? But it's a spiritual thing because the Lord, again, he has blinded you from seeing. That's why the scriptures always says, if you got ears to hear. See what I'm saying? That's a spiritual thing. Not a lot of our people don't have ears to hear, man. All right, so this is that beautiful song that only the elect are able to understand and sing, right? So that's what that was speaking. Then let's get into what's going on after why. Let's bring out other scriptures. All right, yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse 10, and it reads, And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou to them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So it's not given to everybody, man. The parables were spoken in the scriptures by whom the Lord ignorantly calls Jesus, right? So that the whole world couldn't get it. In fact, even that alone is named, being misconstrued for the world to the name Jesus, even though the letter J was derived in the 16th century, shows you how the Most High is his name from the people, man. And that name is so important that what does the scripture say? Acts 4 and 12, that there's no other name given among men whereby you must be saved. So without that name, there is no salvation, man.
Yeah, I got one. This is James chapter 4, verse 2. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 1. It says James chapter 4, verse 1, from whence come war and fighting among you, right? Because it's a thing that's not to be done amongst Israel, but what under these things, what Israel under the curses, Israel has been what warring amongst each other, right? The southern kingdom, the northern kingdom, and then ultimately the southern kingdom within themselves. You had the Sadducees and the Pharisees that warred against themselves because they had different doctrines, right? And then Apostle Paul used it for his benefit because the Pharisees believed in the resurrection, but the Sadducees didn't. So he used it as you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
as being what he said as false, but what being true.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Getting them to argue.
It's saying being what's it being truthful? We say how say it? Is it being truthful? But true? Yeah, being deceitful but true. Yeah. So that's what it was. He was being deceitful, but what? It was all truth, man. Yahweh Shai raised from the grave, and the Pharisees. So all the Pharisees are wicked. They believe in resurrection though. Like so, these people with all these different things, says I'm gonna keep on going.
And you know what brought them together though? Was the hatred for the truth, man.
Right.
See, and that's what you see all these different groups out there doing.
That's where they all come together. Absolutely right. They'll fight all the way up until they go to talk about us, but you know what? We're cool now because we can hate that. You guys don't have to hate each other.
Right. You prove that with the whole great doctrine when you got the goddamn Egyptologists lining up with the so-called Israelites to come against GMS.
How about this? Polite, you are indicted for statutory rape after telling Apostle Tahar that he was the one doing those type of things. We all remember. Where are you at now? You're running from the cops. So what does it say? Judge righteous judgment, lest you be judged with the same judgment in which you judge with, Egyptologists.
Right.
Just saying.
Yeah, there you go. Good point. It says James chapter 1, I'm gonna finish it. And come they not hence, neither of you lust that or in your members. So you're all it is your members are warring against each other. All these different things in this world. You're warring to only to indulge in what is it? You love darkness rather than light, right?
All the way down to your body
Right.
parts.
It says, yeah, come go ahead. Yeah.
I was gonna say all the way down to your body parts. I mean your whole body inside because of the synthetic foods and all of the fake stuff they put in us. Our bodies from the inside out will warn against each other and warn against ourselves.
You know what's crazy is like the brother was just saying, they love darkness and not light, and really all these conditions that they're crying over, right, that we're under, is all because of the darkness, man. You see, we're over here, you know, doing everything under the sun that Esau has given us to destroy ourselves, man. Growing up in broken households, right, and living in this complete cycle where these children are growing up with mother and father issues, and it's all because of how we've indulged ourselves with Esau's drink, man.
You see, and stay there. You don't want to come out of that position of darkness. You become comfortable being underneath the boot of your enemies. You see that now that the Lord has the truth out there, because the Lord didn't create us to be in servitude ever, man. This is just a punishment like all the other captivities, but this one is worse because you don't know who you are. So again, that's why we are out here to tell you who you are, man. A lot of our people, you don't give a damn. Isaiah, the first chapter, you don't even consider it. You see, that's why I got a scripture right here over that. Isaiah 8:20 says, to the law and to the testimony they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in it. Again, the light is speaking about the truth, man. You see that? So a lot of our people, man, you don't want to come to the light because you don't want to stop living that chaotic, demonic lifestyle, man. All right, that our people are into, man. Again, Jake is going ape shit, man. Just look all this social. Yeah, like going into what you said, like one of our first captivities. Originally, it was only for 8 years. So each captivity, the Lord dragged the years out more and more and more, because each time you kept getting more wicked and more wicked. So the Lord dragged it out. So this, like I believe you said last weekend, I was listening to it. You said this was the worst captivity you ever been in. Oh yeah. So because we became the worst that we've ever been. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. This is that wicked generation. We're going back to Judges, the 2nd chapter. Right. See that arose, right? And they don't know God nor the works of the Heavenly Father, man. Yeah. See that again? Don't give a damn. All right, and we talked to our family members before. We talked to different people before, man. All right, and Jake can give a damn. All Jake care about is just his immediate problems, man. That's pretty much it.
Okay, those immediate problems have come forth off of you indulging in this darkness, man.
Yeah, so this is James chapter 4, verse 2, that lust have not and have not, ye lust and have not, so you lust, but you don't have all the things that you lust for. You know what I mean? You want the Beyonce, you want the life of Jay-Z, you lust after, but you have not.
Right? When somebody's sitting in an apartment complex watching MTV Cribs all day, right, and then they'll go out to the mall, spend their last penny on a pair of Jordans, not even have money for their rent, and still act like, oh, this would be on Presto, one pair of shoes. And you're lusting after all these things, but you have nothing. And then you have to go back to nothing. And you're delusional in your own mind because you spent everything you had on a pair of shoes so you could be like something you saw on TV.
Right. What was that football player? Used to play for the Buffalo. He used to play for the Buccaneers. But basically, get to the point is he had no money, and he had no money to the point that the only thing that they could sell out of all his things was all his Jordans. You know what I'm saying? He had a closet full of Jordans, and full of shoes, and that's all they could sell for him. Worn sack. That's what. Yeah, all he had left was just a bunch of Jordans. It says, "Ye lust and have not; ye kill and desire to have." And that's ultimately what Israel doing. Man, you're killing your own brother, man. What does it say? The Lord said, "What blood touching blood within the land." That's you, Jakes, man. So the Lord had no choice but to deem you to be 2/3 and destroy you on this side, man.
Hey, because what is Jake doing right now? Getting together flash mobs and point 8 shit, man. You know, you're all inside these stores, you food and shit. You inside these grocery
Little fucking gremlins,
no,
huh?
not grocery stores, stores and shit in the mall, just doing just crazy shit, man. You see that, man? And that's why the Lord has to destroy you, man. Look how you're making us look in front of all the nations. Man.
Hey, that's what the elites probably. When you go to the gremlins, they were probably thinking of you because remember when he gave them the chicken and all of a sudden, that's you mean he gave you the chicken.
Because he gave them instructions. He told them, like, listen, don't feed them after midnight. Or I think it was by midnight, whatever. Because if you give them that chicken by midnight, then they turn into gremlins.
Killing each other at Popeyes.
Yeah, they
over
really
the chicken.
turned into a gremlin, didn't they?
Gremlins, man.
You know what they did? They prophesied that on that cartoon Boondocks. The chicken flu.
Monstrous monsters, man. What the scriptures say, man. That's all it says. Ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain. Ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. So that's what I was going to the point what you were saying earlier. Because what the point is, they Jake come up, they don't ask, but a lot of them they don't ask like you were saying. So let's continue. And ye ask, so sometimes they do ask, and receive not, because ye ask amiss. And that was the point what I was thinking when you said that. Yeah, when they do come up, they ask amiss. Amiss means in miss error or going all sorts of off, basically. You know what I mean? You come up and when you do ask it in a bugged out way. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting to what is the was it? Because everybody's always talking about the essence of life and what's the fountain of youth and what's the scriptures of the fountain of youth, man. This gets you to the everlasting life, right? The walking this path, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got this for you, little footnote since you said that, man. This is the essence. This is what all boils down to. All right? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, I was mentioning this earlier. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High, keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man. Now, don't get simple, man. We're not able to keep all the Lord's commandments, man. All right? But one commandment that we're able to keep, all right, is coming out here and teaching this. Man. Right? That's one of the main commandments.
Yeah. Speaking of that, you talking about going to Hawaii. I was telling y'all, I was at the prison with the Hawaii inmate, and I was teaching the brother who I found out is actually Jake. His father is Jake, and I've been teaching him and stuff. Last time he cut his hair off, cut his beard off. When I seen him, because I already been teaching, I said, "Hey, bro, you can't do that." He did it again this past weekend on Friday, and he was telling me that right when he did it, he said he started feeling sick. And he was saying he know that it was the Lord that did it.
Oh yeah.
He said now shit just got real. He said because now I know that I took on this God that now I call on, and I know that this is real. He said shit just got real. He said I know this was the Lord. He said because now he's letting me know that this ain't a myth. You're not just reading a book that's myth. So I was just like, whoa, that was deep. That he could just sense it, like he just knew. He was like, man, all of a sudden I just felt sick. I didn't feel good. I felt like something was wrong. Like he knew, like it was just, you know what I mean? And luckily for him, he knew, because some people they'll go through something and won't understand where it's coming from. But he knew that it was the Most High Yahweh, man, that was making him feel that way. Yeah.
These are not just words. We say it in the book. That's how Jake look at it. It's so called right next condition. You would look at it that way, man. That these are just mere words, right on a page. Man, it's not, man. You know what I'm saying? Going back to Hebrews 4 and 12, man. These words are powerful, they're quick and powerful. Sharpening into a sword, man. You know, so again, of course, you know, he felt that, man, because you know these scriptures, man. Hey, if you're not right, they can bug you the hell out, bro. You know, and we've seen it before. We've seen the concept before, man. You got it.
It says, you receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it in your lust. Because ultimately that's what when they're asking, it's just saying, you know what? Well, can we still smoke weed? You know, well, it is from the earth. You know, when you do ask, you know, it's on so they can fulfill their lust.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's I know. But, like case in point, the whole thing with polite. He came to ask to ultimately what to fulfill his lust.
And pretty much he got caught up in it.
He got caught up in
He
it.
got caught in it, man. So again, if you want to fulfill your lust, if you want to do all that degenerate shit, man, go join IUIC. You know, y'all the most high price blessed all damn day long. Or you know, you can get lineups, you can get friends, man. I mean, you know, I'm not.
Don't forget about ICPK. Hey, this place where you can smoke weed. All that crazy. Like, man,
Go there. Yeah.
They said it. Hey, you ain't nowhere unless you can be with ICPK and go smoke weed.
They say you wasted your life.
And again, the Lord said that, you know, it is a herb. If anything, you can fucking eat it. If you're not going off and eat it, man. Then again, that's not cool, Jake. You know, you got this legal right. It's not sexy to you, man. See what I'm saying? You know, because Jake Bacon look good and shit like that to a nigga. You know, and you sit there, man, and you make that a part of your religion, pretty much, man. Jake looks at things like it's a part of our culture. You try to make it look sexy. Right, that's not a part of our culture, man. You know, these scriptures are, man. What you got? You got that?
John. Yeah, it goes right into what he was saying with the lust. And let me go ahead and get it. That's 1 John chapter 2. I'm gonna start at 15. Love not the world, either the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Well, we're just gonna just do that. Again, man, you know, you're robbing these stores, man. You're just fulfilling. You're just going right along with Esau's agenda. All right. You know, you're stealing all this merchandise, man. You know, and again, you know, people's pockets are hurting. So who the hell are you selling it to, man? You know, you letting it go for damn near next to nothing, man. You stealing all these designer clothes and shit, man. So Jake, you love this fucking place, man.
Hey, when Esau love it. Esau wants you to do that because it gives them a reason to put locks on the thing. So tell people that you got to get the MOTB in order to come into the store, so there's no smash and grab. So they want you to do that, man. You fall right into the devil's plan, man.
Right into it, man.
Right? Because what's that scripture when it says you seek love, but then it says I think it's in Jeremiah. It says you seek love. You do it because you seek love, and when you seek love, you show the enemy your basically the way how you get down. Like you show the enemy how you survive, right? Like when everybody's talking about how they was putting children and stuff on their taxes. When Obama went in there, because he was brown with black people, he knew to start taking off things. So that's why you couldn't claim the kids no more really on the taxes no more. Yeah, because you tell your enemies just goddamn secrets, man. You know what I mean? You can't wait to see a goddamn heathen and try to, hey, let me show you how to do this dance. You don't need to show them how we get down or certain words that we say. You know what I mean? Certain things of how we get down, but that's what you do, man. You show your enemy you basically give your enemy your hand, man. You show them how you can. Just ridiculous. Oh, well, go to what you was finishing up.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, it is not of the Father.
But you're looking at these celebrities, man. You're looking at, you know, all of Esau's glamour and glitz, man. You think that that's life, man. See, and you want that. So again, you're not going to come to the truth. When you come over here, what are we telling you, Mark? We're telling you the Lord's about to destroy this place. You don't want to hear that. You want that new car, you want that new job. Jake still wants to live life. Remember, you're working with a bag and put holes in it, man. And man, that's what you're working with, man. See what I'm saying? So the Lord didn't have you, or the Lord didn't create you, man, to be here forever. This is just punishment. You see that? Keep going on 18. Yeah, keep going.
Right now is 17. And the world passeth away. Yeah. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. That was 2 John chapter 2, or 1 John chapter 2, verse 8. Yeah. We need to go through that.
Yeah. Let me get one real quick. This is James chapter 4, verse 4, going into what you were saying. You adulterers. adulterous and adulteress. Know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High, and whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai.
Right. That lukewarm place, man, can't be fence riding. You got to be either with the Heavenly Father and against this world, or with this world and against the Heavenly Father, man.
That goes to no unity camps also. This ain't a unity camp. And that's where everybody, you guys being partial to each other when it says have no respect for person. So if you're not with it, then you gotta go.
Yeah, because they all got different doctrines on the MOTP.
Hey, just like
But then we can have a unity camp.
It's like we were talking about earlier, these people getting together, right? That don't have the same doctrine that the scriptures say. Can two walk together lest they be agreed? In fact, I grab this one real quick. This is Luke 14 and verse. Just getting straight to the point, verse 27. And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. You got to bear the cross, man. Yahweh Shai gave up his blood for you. And so we, right, our reasonable sacrifice is to do the very same thing, man. And that's why Romans, the 6th chapter, tells us what? That when he was sacrificed, right, so were we, man. We died, right? Our old man died. That's why I said you got to be reborn again. The old man died, and you start from day one, right, learning everything again, because we've been lied to, man.
Right. Let's get back to what I was saying about the whole thing with the different MOT doctrines. This is going to be one of the most important prophecies that come up. Yeah. So that we got different doctrines on the most important, one of the most important prophecies in our whole history as Israel.
Right.
This is the most important, one of the most important. This is going to be, I think it's going to be the hour of temptation, the time that the Lord will test the world, man. He's going to test the whole entire world. So we're gonna have different doctrines. We're gonna, oh yeah, it's a unity camp, and we all gonna have different doctrines on one of the most important prophecies. That's crazy.
But you know what though, man? Hey, again, this is going back to the Lord's movie, all right? And there has to be that balance there, man. There has to be those camps there that are going against us, man. Because remember, the Lord said that we have a hunch for the Holy One, and therefore we know all things. Like the brother was saying, man, hey, that's the most important prophecy. That's if you will get that, man, that Revelation 2 to 10, man, because that's very important. Like Apostle Hart, right? He made a video, a couple of videos, and the elders wanted to do that everybody should be speaking about the MOTV, right? All right, because the MOTV it's here. That's what we should be teaching. But if you've been watching though, it's been here. It's been here for years though, man. You see that? We're just getting to the point where Esau
perfection.
Right. He's pretty much putting all the pieces together, to go ahead and bring it out, man. All under you people's eyes, man. Gradualism. That's how these devils work. That's why when you go to these stores, all right, you're able to scan your hand. Say if you had the chip in you right now, all right, you're able to go to these stores and scan your hand. You're able to go to the gas station right now and put your hand up to the scanner right there, man. The shit is already here. Like the brother was saying, we're sitting here. Get it. They can't get it. Hey, that's on you then. We know not to take it. We know that if you take it, hey, the Heavenly Father's going to leave you in that lake of fire, which is the second death. That's by the nuclear missile.
They went out from us. Let me get it. This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 19. They went on, let me start at 18 and just get both of them. Get out. Little children, it is the last time. And ye have heard that that Antichrist shall come. Indeed, now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time. We're in these last days.
Dealing with the empire, right, at that time, but now going into the new Roman Empire, dealing with their AI system and their draconian laws, which they were passing then, but now they're going to use the draconian laws with technology. They're going to mix their draconian laws with technology.
And if I could add,
just
right,
a second like a Rome.
Because that end did happen too, man. Right? And that was what, 70 AD. That's why Yahweh Shai said he was looking upon Jerusalem and was feeling sorrowful for them, man. Because he knew all the calamities that were about to take place. They got starved out, man. They got starved out by the time the Romans went in there. Jake was already done for, man.
Think about what he just said. They got starved out. By the time your oppressor gets there, you're going to be starving to death. Right?
Oh yeah, and that's the brother took the words right out of my mouth, man. That's exactly what's gonna happen once more. Right now, we're living in the final end of this rehabilitated beast system. Man.
And it's easier to get an enemy when they're weak. Basically, like what Levi and Simeon did. Remember when they had to do circumcise themselves, and they got them when they were weak and went to kill them. And that's basically what Esau did. He waited till you starved and you were weak. And Esau's known for that because even when we came out of Egypt, what did they do? They went and got the weak. They flanked us and came behind us and got the weak. So this is Esau's MO. He wants if you're not weak, he's willing to make you weak. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? To make your immune system weak, make your all the things make you weak, so he can fight because he knows he's weak. The Lord said that the first shall come out, shall be a servant, and the other one, the first to come out shall serve the younger, man. And it says they're stronger. The one people shall be stronger than the other. We're stronger than them, man. They know that. So what they have to do, they have to attack your immune system. They have to attack your emotions, your mind, your mental. You know what I mean? Now you're weak, and now you're subjected to giving up to the MOTB, man, to bowing down to the system, man.
That's why you give up so much, man. You know what I'm saying? So fast, I would say, man. All right, because Jake is destroyed. Again, we say Jake, but we're talking about these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. But just look what the hell you're doing right now. You know, you are the number one on TikTok, man. You're worshiping a fucking chair, which is idol worship. That whole Alabama thing that went on, man. Jake is sitting there exalting the chair. You're not exalting the Lord, man, but you're exalting the chair, man. So again, you're that same wicked generation, man. Again, that was building the golden calf, man. And Moses was looking at you like God damn. Look at all the things the Lord did for us, man. And y'all doing this. Right. So the same thing in the times we're in right now, man. So hold on real quick. I want to give the scripture the brother was talking about, Revelation 6:8. And I looked and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was death, and hell followed him. And so we understand, all right, this is talking about Esau, the so-called white man. Everything that you do is hell, and death follows you. Going back to 2 Corinthians 2:11, we're not ignorant of your devices, man. So we understand this is how you get down. Therefore, we're not going to get wrapped up in Esau's net. You know what I'm saying? That he has the world snared in, man. Especially again, you tribes. You're snared in Esau's net. And the Lord set us up, the prophets, man, to destroy that covering cast that you have over you, man. All right. So it says, death and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword. Again, going back to Job 9:24, right? The earth was given into the hands of the wicked. So what the hell the wicked is going to do? If the earth was given to their hands, man, right, they're going to do wickedly, and they know who you are, man. And that's why they're poisoning everything that you need, that your body needs. I would say, man.
Yeah, which they were showing you that on that Clone Tyrone.
Yeah.
It's in the music, which they know, which a lot of these rappers already talked about it. The 808, the frequency that 808, it messes with your frequency. So that's why you do a lot of nigga shit, bumping that music that come off the frequency of the 808.
Right, and you know Jake was in his park, the speakers blasting, before they went and started looting in the damn stores, man. Niggas had all kind of niggas coming out there. Let me finish this, man. All right. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. So that's what Esau's going to do, kill you with hunger, man. And the worst is yet to come, man. You people, man, it's getting to the point where, the average person, all right, you know something is not right in the world, man. That's why so many people are paying attention to this Hurricane Hillary that's coming, because it's gonna bring fucking death. As it should. What the fuck does Hillary represent, man? Death, man. Child sacrificing, all that shit, man. That's a damn demon, man. So a demon.
Hillary, Bill, what's his name? Hillary Clinton, yeah. But Hillary, yeah, because she went over there and did that to the goddamn Levi over there. And even the little girl seen another white dude. She said, "Hey, are you coming to steal from us?" Little girl, yes, she seen a white dude. Yeah.
Hey, it goes deep, man. It goes so deep.
And the dude was like, he was shocked that the little girl said it. Like, no, I'm not. Well, yeah, you were. You were coming to steal, man. You coming to steal more resources from Levi over there, the so-called Haitians, right?
That goes exactly what you're talking about, man. You know, you got a piece of work.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. I know you got some more meat on there, man.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, because thus has brothers from Phoenix, they said it's a long suffering, and a lot of prophets said how long, Lord? Right? So yeah. How long? What through this long suffering? Right? So but what we hear. So it says and I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, right? Which we're all gonna go through it, man. There's not one soul on the planet that's not gonna, the Lord's not gonna require how much you actually love him, how much you actually really care about his word, his truth, and on that path, and how true are you really? You know, your innermost man. That what the Lord said, your inner person, right? The Lord talks about your inner person, your innermost man, right? And that's what the Lord gonna give you the strength at.
Right. I just want to say this on well, but you know, during that whole COVID, all right, that was a big test right there, man. A lot of people, you forgot about it. You know, because Esau swept it under the rug and shit. So since he's swept it under the rug, the average person he forgot, because Esau, he knows the mind. He knows that if he's not constantly putting it in front of you, see what I'm saying, you're just gonna forget about it. Because in this world, in this demonic system, man, hey, these devils, they put a lot of things in front of you, man. You know, it's called programming. They overwhelm you. Yeah, they overwhelm you with like wickedness. You see that? You finish that?
Okay.
About how we get that 14. Right?
It says, and I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Hey, so your faith is going to be tested, man. Right? See what I'm saying? Don't think that you got it down, you know, because you know you're in this group, you know the names of part. Hey, the ultimate test is when that chip comes, man. You see that? You can get weak, fold up like a lawn chair. All right, that Jake is worshiping. All right, you fold the fuck up, and then everything that you've been doing, all your righteousness will be counted as you can't take it out of you, man. That's the real test for all of us, man. Also,
the shame in itself of taking it. Shame. You will say you could put it in and take it out. The shame in itself, you'll be like what's his name? You'll be like Judas Iscariot. You'll be ready to go kill yourself. The shame in itself will be too much to bear, man.
That moment, right?
Yeah. He knew.
We'll make it clear that if you take it, man, you're done.
Yeah.
Point blank, period. And basically, you're choosing to die in this world by not taking it, man. You're choosing to separate yourself from having any type of money, right? And in fact, Esau is going to be using brute force, right? So you're going to have your woman telling you to take. You're going to have your family members. It's like scripture say that man's enemy should be those of his own house, man.
Psalms chapter 14, starting from the top. Starting from verse 2. Yahweh looked down from heaven upon the children of men to see if there were any that did understand and seek Yahweh.
So you don't know the Lord. He looks down upon the children of men. Right? See, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans, the Lord is looking down upon us, man. You know, you can go to Proverbs 15:3. The Lord uses his fingers to do just that.
Down and see who did understand.
Right.
Did. That's dealing with the elect. The elect is going to understand. Right. So when the scriptures say, which I love that Apostle Hart always put that in our mind, that the words in the last days are going to be the things that should be the stability of thy times, right? Because that's what it's going to be as far as what you know. So in that time, that the words and the prophecies should be the stability of that time of your faith, right? It's going to be on those who know the Lord, and that's what's going to get you through. That's going to be the sufficiency of being able to make it, man.
Right? You got to take this. You got to take this serious, man. Again, just going back to Hebrews 11 and 7. All right, so the Lord gave Noah that warning. So what did Noah do? He turned around and he prepared. All right, he prepared an ark for the saving of his house. So the same thing with us. We know that Esau is going to come, all right, with his tanks and all that. All right, but before that, we know that he's going to try to starve us out, man. All right, by closing up these stores. All right, again, he's gonna use that to get you to bow down, to the MOTP. Man. That's how these devils roll, right? So again, with us knowing that, you should have stuff already stacked up, man.
You want me to get that? Hebrews 11.
Yeah, hold on real quick. You should have things already stacked up. You should have certain positions, man. If you can afford to get a solar generator, whatever, man, because we have that warning. Because you're not going off if you're stacking up these things. Like, you don't have to be a doomsday prepper. See, but then again, you have the warning. You know for a certainty these things are going to come to pass. So you should have something put away. Noah didn't just believe, right? But then, he also built the ark as well, man.
And he had to put some type of food away.
Right.
So you say what tempt not the Lord, man.
Right.
So you stand in he's gonna save me, right? You don't got a bottle of water set aside, you don't got nothing.
Right.
But
Let me get this, because he quoted Hebrews 11 and 7, so let's bring it out because it really lines up with. He broke the verse down without saying it. Okay.
Yeah.
By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of these things not seen yet,
So Noah had faith, man.
moved with fear.
Right, so hold on. So Noah had faith. That's the thing, man. Yeah, you can call us faith-based Israelites, man. All right, because we have faith that the Heavenly Father, man, is going to keep us from that hour of temptation. Because a lot of hell is going to come with that. That's why I had the brother get the Revelation 10. If you can get that real quick, brother, before we do that.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10.
Yeah, because it's going to get a lot darker, man. It's going to get darker. It's going to get heavier, man. And this is going to be a test, a major test.
Yeah. Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thus shall suffer. Behold, right, which means look upon, right? The devil shall come down, shall cast some of you into prison.
So what was people here is Yahushua, right? Right. So what was the rulership right here? It was the Roman, right?
Yeah,
So Yahushua was what? Devils, man. He said the devil. That's all we know. The white man is the damn devil. The Lord said the devil shall cast some into prison. Guess what? There's no new thing under the sun. The Lord is doing the same. It's going to happen all over again, man.
And he's going to do it the same way because the devil goes a false accuser, and that's what they were doing with the whole the Jersey shooting at the so-called kosher deli. They were false accusing us. They were saying, "Oh yeah, it was these Israelites," and it was somebody who wasn't even in the camp, or he was in an old camp, and he had dreads. He had all sorts of stuff, man.
That's Esau's games, but he's setting up the narrative because they're going to demonize us, right? And they've done it before, man. You see, they're going to demonize us, right, and get the people, to go along with the propaganda, man. That's how Esau works. That's what Hitler did with the so-called Jews. All right, he did a lot of propaganda campaigns, man. Ultimately, when you start getting so-called Jews start getting slaughtered, no one gave a fuck, man. Again, Esau's doing the same thing. You got Jake running amok, doing all kind of stupid shit for the whole world to see. So when Jacob's trouble comes, Esau starts slaughtering you. So the world is just gonna look at you like, oh, that's those from niggas that was robbing the stores. They're not gonna give a fuck, man. What do they expect? Right? What do you expect, man? So Esau, again, going back to the Revelations, the scripture says that Esau is death, man, death and hell falling. He's been doing it to Jake, man. Since these devils got into power, man. And getting their advanced technology. Having you always die. When you're watching certain type of movies, man.
And the whole thing with that being a false accuser, Esau was getting so desperate around that same time, he was trying to link something from the shooting to LA, and it was just a sign. It was only a sign, and the sign said Yahushua is coming, and he was trying to say that links with the shooting in Jersey.
Yeah, I remember he was doing all that. He was kind of hard on us a little bit, but then again they calmed it down. But then again Esau come back in the seat in the mind. These devils deal with witchcraft, and they understand how the mind works, man.
And this is all leading up towards prophecy, man. That's why the brother just read, right? Fear none of those things which he shall bring against you. Because, and the brother also just read, right, when he was reading about Noah, that the motivator for him to have that faith, right, was fear, man. So the scripture's not contradicting itself. The fear is coming from Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, man. don't fear. That's like if you're gonna fear the enemy, you fear in the belt, man. That's all Esau is. But we learn to fear the creator of Esau, man, not the creation. You mind if I grab this quick precept? I know you brothers are holding stuff too, but just real quick, it's Matthew 24 and verse 15. When therefore you shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place, and what it's referring to, right? The abomination of desolation, that's when the Grecians took over our temple and set up the abomination of desolation within it, sacrificing pigs and doing all kind of nasty stuff, man. And today, what is this temple made up of, man? The bodies of men, right? So prophecy is going to lead to this point of them putting hands upon that temple again, as the brother just reiterating right here, John in the book of Revelation, man, seeing the exact prophecy that's being spoken of here. And just finish off, it says, "Whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judah flee to the mountains." So does that mean we got to go flee to the woods when all hell breaks loose? No, because our salvation comes from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You running from the woods ain't gonna save you, man. Yeah, I mean, maybe the Heavenly Father might have you do that, but the woods aren't gonna be your salvation, man. Jake's gonna try to find all these different ways, and then Jake's what? The finesser, man. Jake knows how to finesse. That's why he's gonna try to take the microchip, try to pull it out, right? Try to find some sort of way to weave. No, man, you ain't gonna get in the back door. Y'all are doing this one way, which is denying this life, laying your life down, which we've already came to what's the word I'm looking for, man? To the understanding and acceptance of that, man. Right? When we come into this thing, that's what we realize, man. That old man that you once were, he's dead. We ain't living like the way we once were, man. Oh, we in this world, we're not of this world. We fight that old man day by day by day, so that through this grace period we could be hardened and ready for this hour of temptation, man.
That Jake is going to be, instead of getting the MOP, they're gonna wait till you come out with all your groceries and follow you home and take it. And that's part of Jake being a finesse, or you know what I mean? Those one of the things that Jake is gonna do, which they showed you that a little bit of that in that demolition man. Remember that van showed up and they had to snatch the food from out of the van, the Taco Bell. So they were showing you that's what Jake is gonna be doing. He has to wait till you finish grocery shopping and follow you home. Which they saying Jake's doing that in LA now. They following the rich people out to Malibu and all these other things and jacking people in their homes, tying them up. Yeah, so a lot of people are moving out of California because they've never experienced that part because they never had to. But it's getting so expensive in LA. Jake has to find different means and ways to get the bread, to get the money, to survive. You know what I mean? So and Jake loved wickedness, so he ain't gonna just come to the truth, right? So he got to find another way to be wicked, be more wicked than he was before. So a lot of people are moving out of Cali, out to Arizona, out to Texas. I forgot whatever was it, Utah. They were saying it's a big people talking about at work. There's a migration of Utahns because all the people from California is moving to Utah. So the people who are in Utah, they're moving out because it's like a culture shock with all the people from LA and from California. They like, we don't want them here. So they decided to just up and move to Utah.
That's what happened in Colorado, man. All these prices went up, and then everybody started leaving because everybody else started coming in.
Right.
About that, man. So that's Jacob's point. You're just making the Lord more and more angry with you. All right, because you're not trusting the Heavenly Father, man. See that you're trusting yourself. You're going out there and you're taking this shit, man. So the more they occupy the merchandise with robbery, the more again, that's what Jacob's doing. California, that's Gotham City out there, man. Yeah. You see that now you understand why the Lord is bringing that hurricane on them, man, out there in South Cali, man, going up to LA. You know, they said parts of out here is going to feel it. You know, Nevada's going to feel a little bit of it. You know, but look what Jake's been doing out there, man.
Well, yeah, that's Jake people right there, because that's the border of Mexico. So all of the Israelites, the Northern Kingdom, is out there selling big weed and crack and all that stuff, bringing it in from the border. So you just because you're the Northern Kingdom, you're not going to escape either. You know what I mean? But, let me finish this. It says This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of those things which thus shall suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulations like 10 days.
Yeah, so again, they're going to post it. So we understand that these things are going to come to pass. You see that? So again, man, you gotta pray to the Heavenly Father, man, to their faith, man. All right, we're not afraid of those things, man. All right, because anything is better than fucking living here, man. Among you moles, man. Among you people that are in darkness, that love the darkness, man.
Deuteronomy 28 and like 28, Deuteronomy 32 and 39, and it reads, see now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand, and that's exactly why we don't fear any of those things. Man. You see, I mean, and it's easier said than done. We still have to go through the test ourselves, right? But this is exactly why, right? We ready, man, because we serve the power that both kills and makes alive. So why are you going to fear the sentence of death or this pestilence or that when we've been out here, right, preparing for this, man, on a spiritual level? You see, let me actually grab one more.
Of course, that you should drink poison and not die. So if you really believe in Yahweh Shai, you should believe that. You should believe that you are actually, which we already are. You know what I'm saying? And it's sitting all this fluoride, and all, so we're already drinking poison and we didn't die. So hey, I'm gonna keep on going with the Most High Yahweh Shai. So far, he's leading me the right way. You know what I'm saying?
This is Romans 8 and 36. As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. And we're going to be physically being killed soon, man. Some of us, right? It says, we just read the prophecy. It says, we are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. Nay, in all these things, we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. For I'm persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Yahweh Shai Mashiach, our Lord. So there you go, man. The game is rigged. Even if we were to die, Esau kill us, right? Guess what? When those chariots come back, they gonna see your face in a state of immortality, man, in a state of glory. So we serve the power that both kills and makes alive, man. Whatever has to come, Lord willing, we just be given the spirit to endure it, man.
That goes right into Matthew.
It says, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10, I'll finish it up. But be faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And ultimately, hey, we'll be in that chariot, man. Ultimately, that's what we're hoping for, to be in that chariot and have that crown of life. That thou has we have well done, my good and faithful servant, man. And that's ultimately what this is. This is serving, right? Because just like Apostle Gabar always goes into the word woman means servant. And so if we're the Lord's woman, we're servants. We're just slaves. We're slaves to truth, slaves to hope, right?
But I was going to get just going on what he said in Matthew 10 and 28. Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Because remember, come back to John 17:1, man. Yahweh Shai said, yes, the Lord has given him. Yahweh has given him power over all flesh. And so the Lord has the keys of hell and of death, man. So who the hell are you going to fear? See, but this world, this demonic world, teaches you to fear Satan. When Satan is a humble servant, he's just doing his damn job, walking to and fro, right up and down on the earth, walking about as a roaring lion, see what he made about. You see that?
This is Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. No weapon that is formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue, right? Because Esau's going to be a false accuser. You say devil. Devil means false accuser, right? And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment, because that's ultimately what they're going to be doing. Their tongue is going to rise against us, but in judgment, right? Thus shall condemn, right? So we're ultimately, like you said, we're going to come back in that new body, and in that new body, what we're going to condemn these devils. You know what I'm saying? He says this is the heritage, right? This is our right, man. This is our heritage. This, you know what I'm saying? This is what we were made for, right? We're born to do this, right? I knew thee before I was in thy mother's womb. We were born to do this, right? There's this is the heritage of the servants. Woo-hoo. Hey man, hey, you can't make this up. You can't. Hey, we were just man, you can't make this up, man. Hey, this is the heritage of the servants of the Most High Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, right? Our righteousness is of Yahweh Shai, man. So we don't even have our own righteousness. So to be walking around proud, you know what I mean? Like these dudes with the law, that's proud. Your righteousness is of Yahweh Shai. We can't do can't keep the whole law. The only one that kept the whole law walking upon the earth was Yahweh Shai.
Man, neither can them. Y'all can't keep the whole law either. So what the hell is going on? You break one of them, you break all.
Go ahead. Yeah, I always like to bring up the simple things, like because these people like do this and that. But the simple thing is, women, because of Esau, women are not supposed to be around you when they're on their menstrual cycle. So I was explaining to a brother like this. I'm trying to be a brother for him. I'm saying like this: if you go to the bank and this chick is counting your money, and she's on her cycle, do you say no? I don't want that money because if I take that money, it's gonna make me unclean. Yeah, it's gonna make me unclean, so I can't take it. No, you're gonna grab the money, you're gonna take it and walk out the door, right? So in this society, that's what it's like. I'm just breaking it down to them simple. How are you gonna keep the law like that? And that's just there's tons of more things that we can't do because of where we're at, man.
And him standing there, reaching for that money, he's wearing a mixed fabric. How about that? That's going on. 9 times out of 10, he's probably lining the hell up. That's going on.
That's why the fringes thing is kind of superfluous, man. Though it has a good moral behind it. At the end of the day, if you break one law, you broke all of them, man. You see, so there are things that are more important than just wearing fringes and being a beautiful showcase as an Israelite.
Right, which is again the truth, because again, you were talking about earlier, Isaiah 33 and I think that's 6, right? Isaiah 33 and 6, the wisdom and knowledge be the stability of that time. I'll pull it out. Go ahead and get it.
I'll finish this. It says, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahweh, right? So, hey, Yahweh Shai, hey, he said it, and you know what the Lord said, the word of the Lord goes out and will never come back void, man. So our righteousness is of him. So who gonna tear that up and say, oh no, you know what? I gotta go fight for my own rights. I gotta walk this. Bearing your cross means I gotta try to keep the whole law. That ain't bearing your cross, man. Bearing your cross is just doing what the Lord requires us to do, and it ain't definitely trying to keep the whole law when it's not possible right now. You gotta keep what you can keep. You got your beard, your hair. I always say it like this: your hair grows in that. Like, why can't you keep that? People still be shaving, man. I gotta shave. Your hair grows in naturally. The Lord gave you that out of. You don't gotta do nothing. If you do nothing, you just kept the law. That's all you had to do to keep that one law. That's why the Lord says his laws are not grievous. So do one law, you don't have to shave. Just don't grab a razor and you kept the law.
You actually got to go out of your way to break that law.
Yeah.
You got to go buy yourself. Right. You got to get a nice razor. You're probably gonna get razor burns. You're gonna go through paying for it.
Most black people when they shave, they actually get razor bumps.
Yeah,
and they actually use a special cream. So it's literally scientifically you're not supposed to shave.
I got that really bad one time. I even went to the pharmacist. I was like, man, what's going on?
No.
And they were like, oh yeah.
And that's how you know you got something bad when you asking the pharmacist. When you asking the pharmacist for information, that's how you know
it never happened to you.
So again, and another thing too is to separate the man from the woman, man. If a male lion, didn't have that name, how would he look, man? So there has to be a distinction between him and the lioness, right? The same thing with it. it's not even hard to understand, man. Like the brother said, man. You know what the scripture says. All right, the Lord's laws are not.
They're not hard. They're not hard to do. That's what he's saying. Grievous. It's not a hard thing. It's not a tough thing. The only thing that makes it grievous is when you tell yourself because you've been brought up in a worldly system, then it's grievous because you've been taught it's grievous. You've been taught that you have to eat pork. You've been taught that you can go and do any damn thing you want. And you know what? I got a precept on that too. 2 Thessalonians 1 and 8. In flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not Yahweh. This is 2 Thessalonians 1 and 8.
You should read up. Yeah, you want to read up.
Okay.
But it kind of just cuts.
Let me start at
Because that's how the Lord is coming back, man. You know,
Hey,
but they experienced a little bit of that.
Let's start at 5.
You know, hold on, look at that dude from heaven, man, that Esau was blessed with. You know, that dude, that's the direct energy weapon, man. How about that, man?
That goes in Isaiah 66. He says his sword and his chariots. What's he going to do? He's going to bring forth fire. So he's allowing the sword to bring forth those direct energy weapons right now. And then that goes into we were watching, I sent you guys that video with the aluminum in the air, making the fire burn just a little bit hotter. The guy said the firefighter said he felt like he had been putting out a fire for 100 years. It was 100 years hot or something like that. It was just hotter than any other fire he had ever fought. So it's getting hot out there. You guys want me to get this? 2 Thessalonians, I'll start at 5. Which is a manifest token of the righteous judgment of Yahweh, that ye may be counted worthy of the kingdom of Yahweh, for which ye also suffered, seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you who are troubled rest with us. When Yahweh Shai HaMashiach shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire take vengeance on them who know not Yahweh, and that obey not the gospel of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of Yahweh and from the glory of his power.
Yeah, man, that's the judgment, man. That's the judgment, right? So again, you know, the books are open, man. All right, so you're being judged right now. See, that is your judgment plays out on earth, man. That's why there's going to be a lake of fire, which is going to come from what? Those nuclear missiles, man.
And again, that's why the fear is so important, man. Knowing and understanding that that's what's coming and not what this government gave you, which is that white Christ coming down on clouds like this, man. The brother just read something completely contrary to what we were taught in the world. You see, and why? Because they didn't want to build you up with fear, man. They wanted to build you. They want to keep you in fear of them.
Hippie, these guys come down being like a hippie, don't like to love, brother. Love, throwing flowers, little bit of roses.
Hey, you know what?
Bit of candy.
That white Christ, all you gotta do is throw a little glasses on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, but that's not an image of fear, man. Nah. You know, if you want to go get you get Psalm 89 and 7. 89 and 7, man. Yeah, you gotta fear the Heavenly Father.
Let me.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. You want to get that
first?
first? Yeah.
Let me get this one. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 2. In the day of darkness, a day of gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and strong, there have not been never the like.
So hold on. So this is describing these missiles. Man. Now you got, these devils are coming out with these movies now. You know, Oppenheimer, why he said that he would become the harbinger of death, right? See that? So again, when he goes back to Isaiah 54:16. He's just a smith, man. That the Lord had split the atoms, man. You know, that's all it has is, man. We're not gonna sit here and give the devil praise, right? See what I'm saying? You the Lord had you create that waster to destroy yourself, man. That's how bad the Lord is.
Does that axe boast itself against the man?
There you go.
Right. With it?
Because and there, yeah, and a great people and and strong, and there have not been even the like, neither shall there be any more, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire destroyeth before them, and behind them a flame burneth, and the land is as the Garden of Eden
But
before them.
speaking about America, this place was once that, man. When Solomon used to send his neighbors to come out here and get that gold, man.
Speaking of what Hawaii, how Hawaii is a great example. The Lord's showing an example through Hawaii, because Hawaii is known as what? Eden or Idan, a paradise. We have vacation spot, and it's very beautiful, green, luscious trees, this and that. And then, because I did my lesson, and I did that, and I showed how there was a house that was burning, and they showed the house before it burned. It was nice, it was beautiful, it had all the trees, and then they put the house after it was burnt down. So it gave me that contrast. So I put that in my lesson. So it's showing you that right before it, what the Garden of Eden, Idan, that paradise, and what a desolate wilderness behind it, which that's what it's going to go into. And the land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness, yea, and nothing shall escape them. Right, and that's opening what the whole thing with Hawaii. They were saying that the people was trying to run away from the fire,
Jump in that water.
to jump in the water, yeah. And then every which way they went, it was nothing but fire. So they had to jump in the water, and they drowned either way it go. So no one escaped. Very few people escape. But in the time that America, not one person's going to escape, right?
That's right.
Take you out, man. Plus, because of what they were spraying in the skies with all the aluminum, the water was actually catching on fire too. So the people were running down to the water, and they weren't able to actually get in the water. You know that? And then they had Hawaii has the best sirens on earth because of the tsunamis and the hurricanes and the wildfires and also terrorist attacks. So when you look into it, they wouldn't even turn on that siren. They literally burned that place down, and they burned it down on purpose because about 5 or 6 years ago, Oprah, there was a brush fire, and all this land got destroyed. You know what she did? She went and bought up all of it for pennies on the dollar. Now she's trying to
Get more.
yeah, and they said that these people can't rebuild on their land. The houses that didn't burn down, they're being evicted from their houses. They're being taken out,
And they turned their water off. You know,
let's see who their neighbors are. Hold on, I wrote down a
Oh, they
list
were
of a
saying
couple.
that. Like I said, I had this one image. The guy was saying he talked to his wife, and everybody's getting mad because they said they gave Ukraine a bunch of money, but each person out there they only gave him $700.
That's my
Hey,
point.
we show you that this motherfucker, the devil, he's giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, which we understand what that's for, because they're trying to strategically get in there. So it'll put them at a great stance of far as war against Iran and against Russia. If they can get more closer into Ukraine, it's all about the location as far as war. But that's why Putin is saying, nah, we ain't letting you get past this part right here. You know what I mean? So
Ukraine is a part of Russia. Ukraine hasn't registered to be sovereign since the 70s. So whatever's going on over there is a lie. It's always been part of Russia since before I was born. And before that, I guess they were at a point where they were sovereign for a short time. So Ukraine is still a part of Russia. That's why I don't understand what's going on over there, because when you think about it, Ukraine is part of Russia. And they're saying that Ukraine is its own state. It's not. So what's really going on, we don't know yet, because it hasn't come to the surface. But they're definitely on some corruptness. I mean, clearly it's corrupt. It's $25 billion more dollars to Ukraine, $700 a person.
We know as far as not the UN, but the peace system. Was it NATO? When it comes to NATO, they're trying to make a strategic war advantage. So that's what the whole thing is. the land, whoever get that land will have more advantage within this war, which the Lord ain't gonna allow it to happen because why? Somewhere along the line, those rats in Israel is gonna go against Iran, and it's gonna cause a whole war in that thing, and the least of the flock is gonna draw you to the battle, man.
You know what
So that's ultimately what's gonna happen.
Ukraine is the breadbox of Earth. That's where most of all the Earth, like not for America, but for the rest of the world, that's where they grow most of their grains and stuff at. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it is a strategic spot to take care of. If you control the food, you control the people.
And this is the whole thing of war. That's what happens. That's what happens in war, man. Remember, they own both sides, man. You know, but it's prophesied to go down this way, like how the war is happening. Well, eventually, missiles are going to be fired because right now they're hating the war. Man. See that's why the whole BRICS nation is forming. You know, Africa's getting with Russia. They're sharing resources now. And again, man, this is where we're at. Man.
Well, they just had their first summit with them, but they decided to keep the American currency as the world currency. So, I guess which shows that they're playing this game, right? They're all in cahoots with each other, but somehow, which the Lord tells you that in Ezekiel 38, that the Lord's going to put an evil thought in the mind of the king of Gog and Magog to make you go into war and press that button. Because right now it's just a game. They're playing the thing because they're all basically part of that Freemason, that secret society club. You know what I mean? So eventually, what? That thing is gonna have to come to an end because the Lord said so. You know what I mean? If you can't make the Lord a liar.
Right there. I got a precept right there. He said they gotta go, and it says right here in Job, Job chapter 34, verse 20. In a moment shall they die, and the people shall be troubled at midnight and pass away. And the mighty shall be taken away without hand. It's coming. It's coming. I'm saying it doesn't seem like it's coming until it gets here. Then you know it's coming and it's too late. I can go back.
Without hand, because you're dealing with those. Oh yeah. Like you said, dealing with those missiles. It's a push of the button. You're not actually swinging a sword anymore. You know what I mean?
That's nothing, bro. You get in your car, you press that button, and you just start, right? Right. So that's what the Lord is going to do. He's going to have these guys press that button, and then boom, that's it. Once those missiles start once that button is pressed and those missiles come out their silos, that's it. They're not coming back. Right? The technology is sharp. They're going to hit their mark. Not only that, the Spirit of the Lord is going to be in it, man. Again, this is the whole theory of war. The Lord said He declared the end is the beginning. That's why you have to fear the Heavenly Father with great reverence. Go ahead and grab that up.
This is Psalms 89 and verse 7. It says, God is greatly to be feared.
So you see that, man? So the Most High Yahweh, why is great to be feared, man? You know, you gotta fear the Lord greatly, man. All right?
In the assembly of the saints.
So in the assembly of the saints are going to fear the Heavenly Father because we understand. See that? So there's no way you can fear the Heavenly Father, man, if you're not seeking. All right, you're not seeking, you're not searching, because the Scripture says, you know, when you have done all these things, Proverbs the 3rd chapter, then you shall understand and fear the Heavenly Father, man. See, our people don't have a healthy fear of the Heavenly Father, man. See that you have a perverted way of looking at the Lord, man, like he's a fucking teddy bear up in the road somewhere. You gotta understand the prophets, man, they passed out when they saw him. Going back to Ezekiel, Ezekiel saw a lot of great things. He saw the angels display their power. They ran and came back as a flash of lightning. Now you understand when Esau gets flashed from that character. You see, they all get it from the Scriptures, man. Ezekiel saw the Lord. He saw the rainbow above his head. Come on now, man. And he passed out, and the Lord revived his spirit, man. You know? Any more on that?
Going on. And to be had in reverence of all them that are about him.
All that are about. So we were about the Lord. If we weren't, we wouldn't be up here, man. See that we'll be bugged out. All right? But we're out here on the highways, man. We're going to push out. Let you know that the MOTB is coming back. You see that? Yeah, and again, we put out Revelation 3 and 10. That's the hour of temptation. So yeah, that's coming. You're talking about something's coming. That's coming, man. You know, technology has already been here. You know.
Yeah, I just got Job 34:12. Yeah, surely Yahweh will do. Yep, that you guys remember last week. This is a representation of immortality and spiritual growth and strength. Yeah, I was waiting for it to come back so I could tell you where I was. But this is Job.
One kept flying at me when I was there.
Yeah.
It kept landing on me.
We've been dealing with it since you were last time you were.
Ever since we've been out here, man, it's
Coming
every
every week.
right?
Been out here every week. Let me go ahead and get that. Yea, surely Yahweh will not do wickedly, neither will the Almighty prevent judgment. So everything's coming at its appointed time. And he's not the one doing wickedly. He wrote this in the beginning. He told you this was going to happen. He told you how to act. You put yourself there in your position that you're in now. That's why it says in Revelation 22 and 12, behold, I come quickly and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be. So whatever you're doing now, that's what you're getting repaid for.
Why is that? Because we're living in the grace period, man. And a grace period is a period for you to get yourself together so you can pay your note when the period is over, man.
See, a great metaphor to that is you're at the restaurant, you're having a good time with your buddies. You know, eventually you're gonna finish eating, you're gonna finish drinking, and the bill's gonna show up. Now you guys gonna be either you're scrambling or you were prepared, right? Either you're prepared or you're scrambling on the count of 10. No, you come prepared, and when you're prepared, you're one of the righteous virgins that have oil in their lamp that fight their way. So, in other words, you can see what's going on in these end times, and you know what to do.
That's why Isaiah 33:6, amongst other scriptures, that's that wisdom and knowledge, is the building of our time. See that everything that we're seeing is up here, man. You know, everything that we go into, the scriptures, man, you better believe it's gonna be his. How about that? Ain't that something? You know, they do that, like, you know, it's not speaking about that now. We just saw actual carrying across, man. You know, the scripture says carry your cross, daily. Pretty much, don't give up. Go back to second step.
When he saw the line cross,
Right,
Dragging it down the street.
It's not speaking about that. Go ahead.
this is 2 Ezra 16:16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that are sent upon earth shall not return again. Hey, so the Most High sent them, man. And they ain't going to come back in vain. Heavenly Father's put them in motion, and ain't nobody's going to be able to stop that because that's the Heavenly Father, man.
That's the scourges for a million. Go back to all these scourges for a million. Judgment. Right?
So, then, Bob is, when you eat, it says, this is Job chapter 20, verse 15, and he have swallowed down riches, right? So that's what you're saying. Like when you eat, swallow down these great riches. That's what Esau done, and shall vomit them up again. So ultimately, it's coming to a time where you're gonna be eating. The bill's gonna come, but guess what? When the bill comes, you're gonna vomit this thing up again because it's gonna be your detriment. You mean because it said that you name things after your own self that your kingdom will go on forever. So when you think your thing is gonna go on forever, you're gonna be so sick. That's why in the 30s, that's why they were jumping out the windows. When the what was that? We'll call the Great Depression. They couldn't imagine their world not being this world. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be like you're like sick. You're gonna vomit it all up.
That's poetic too, man, because we were talking about 70 AD earlier, and something they actually did, the Israelites, because they were starving to death, man, they started to eat some gold when Rome came in because they knew they were going to take everything, and so the Romans went through and they started cutting open the bellies of Israelites, man, and even those who weren't even doing that, they were still just using it as an excuse to slice them open, man. But hey, you swallow down all the riches of this world and everything that you have is stolen, man. Esau wasn't created to be the ruler of this earth. Esau was created and given the sword, and as his blessing went, right, by the sword he shall live, and he's going to gain the fatness of this earth, man. So everything that he has, he's going to spew it back out.
Most High shall cast him out of his belly. He shall suck the poison of asp. The viper's tongue shall slay him. He shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. Oh, right. Pastor Hart goes into that. The milk and honey, the land of milk and honey goes into actually being rich. Not actual, you're going to go there and you're going to see a honey river and a milk river.
That's like you carrying a cross down the street.
Yeah. They think it's going to be really actually deep. And then they look at us like, oh, you guys, you take it too literal. But you're supposed to take certain things, you're supposed to take literal, but other things are allegorical, but you still take it literal because this is the God of the Israelites, man.
Hey, you know it's funny? The so-called Christian will go and walk down the street with a literal cross. Yeah. But then he'll read something about plucking your own eye out so you don't burn in hell and take that as a literal.
Yeah. Look out, man. Oh, and that's why the scriptures get understanding. Get understanding. Then again, that's why the prophets were set up to give you the understanding of the scripture.
You have to look at how much it's in. Psalms 11 and 2. For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart. So what it's saying is that they're going to take you down verbally. I got to go with Good News Translation to get it to say it correctly, I guess, what I'm trying to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. It says, Job chapter 20, verse 18, in which he labored, or shall he restore? Right? Because you labor for the whole world. Your blessing was the dew of heaven, the dew of earth was by the sword, and it's going to be all in vain. You're going to have to vomit, you're going to have to give it all up. You're going to have to restore what you took to the Israelites, man. Right?
And these things are describing this last beast system, man. So who is it that controls the earth in this way? I was just watching something. It was showing in Russia back like 20 years ago. Jeans were actually illegal, man. And it's jeans. Jeans were like Levi jeans. And the reason why is because they didn't want Russia to become westernized, man. But it just goes to prove how this devil has put his cloak around the whole world. We used to hold camp in Castle Rock, Colorado, and there was a monument right behind it that had all the military's flags for the U.S. military surrounded like a big circle, and in the center of the circle was a big statue of the planet Earth with an American eagle cloaking the whole Earth with an American flag, man. That just goes to show exactly who it is, man.
It says, and shall not swallow it down according to his substance, according to his substance, and shall restitution be, and he shall not rejoice therein.
That's right, because he's going to where? That's what the devil's going to do. That's why you're holding all this gold, man, and this gold and all that. Lord has you doing that gold. That gold is not going to be destroyed. It's going to be transferred, man.
They have to dig it. That's why they just found another reserve out there in Africa, and they're digging it all up. So I was thinking about that because it said that you should store riches for the last days. So who is that going to? That's for the Israelites. So if a missile actually hit there, once it hit there, it ain't gonna destroy that gold because you devils already done fucked it all up and then put it in your one of your boats somewhere, and that's where he at, and we go, with pressure, with high pressure, all that, with AC or whatever.
All that shit. Hey, check this out.
No.
That's
they don't Mission Impossible. They don't Mission Impossible.
He ain't able to get it over the cable. with a cable and shit. You know what I'm saying? And trying to maneuver around those lasers and all that. I didn't use Tom Cruise to do it, man. See, but the Lord has it that way for a reason because the Lord is going to give it to us. See, that's my bad. That's why certain places are on ice because the Lord doesn't want you fucking with certain landmasses, man. You got to put my bad.
No, it's all good. I was just gonna say, how else are we gonna pave our streets with gold, man?
Hey, I like it. You're right. You're right. Yo, it's a ton of gold, man. You know, you see pictures of that damn demon of Queen Elizabeth. And she was walking. I forgot where she was at. She was walking inside of a boat, man. You know, it was a bunch of gold everywhere, man. You know, all in the shelves everywhere. You see that, man? So again, that's gonna be transferred, man. You got it, bro.
Okay, Tony. I'll just finish this out. Because he have oppressed and have forsaken the poor, because he had violently taken away an house which he built not.
So you see that? So isn't that what he's doing again out
Even
there
in
in
Hawaii, yeah.
All right, he's violently taking away those places, man, and they use violence to do so. They covered fields, man. That's Mike. You know what I said? Micah 2. That's Micah 2 and 1, right? Where they covered fields and all that. And that's what you're seeing out there. Yeah, that's where that's what they're doing out there in Hawaii, man. Keep going on that, brother.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired.
Yeah, hey, check this out.
Yeah, I
man.
like that.
Hey, check this out. So he's not feeling quietness in his belly, man. We're out here. The prophets are out here. See that we're airing everything out that these devils have done. All right, and they know that. That's why they want to shut off, all these different platforms, man. But the damage has already been done. The warning has already been out, man. Well, what more does it say about these devils at this point?
And that's why you got to pull out a wild card and set up IUIC.
Yeah.
Set up this other group here.
Yup. And you see them, and they're out there secretly in Africa building buildings. I was looking on the text, I see. They just open. So I don't know if it's a church or.
I saw that this morning too. Yeah,
something that they built, man.
They built a new temple, I guess you would call it, or church.
See, the Lord is not telling us to do that, man. Yeah, IUIC.
They look tired too. They went in there looking tired.
Yeah, man. So again, like the brother said, man, Esau's pulling out all kind of cards. Again, that's just proof that we're in the last times, man.
Yeah, but going into that, what I just read, it said he shall not save it. So I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 47, verse 12. Stand now with thy enchantments. Yeah, because that's the first thing I thought, because you should not save it. So that's what it is. So the Lord said, hey, look, the Lord's talking facetiously. He's joking. He said, hey, look, go ahead and do what you can do, and we'll see if it works out for you. You know what I mean? Hey, stand with thy enchantment and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thus has labor. See, he said the things that you labor for, that you try to save, your desire, you shall not save it. Man.
It's saying take your first shot.
Yeah. Take your best shot, and it ain't gonna be good enough. It says, thus has labored from thy youth, if so be thus shall be able to profit, if so be thus mayest prevail. So the Lord said, hey, look, go ahead and try it and see if you may prevail.
Right.
Come on, let's see if the outcome comes out the way your way. Man. Yeah, right. Let's see if it goes the way you want it to go. But the Lord already said, and Job said, that you're not going to save it. You're not going to save what you desire. And your desire is to rule the whole world and to put in what you're already doing, but he got to go a little step further. He got to be Revelations 18, where he said the souls of men. So not only do he want to rule the whole world, he wants the souls of men too, right?
Yeah, because he has all the money now, so that's respect. That's what's down. See what I'm saying?
What do you get someone who has? That's the thing. They said, what do you get someone who has everything? The next thing is the souls of men.
So that's what it's coming for. Yeah, and again, the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. What scripture you at?
Isaiah 47.
Okay, Isaiah 47. Yeah, I want you to go back to Job 18 and 6.
Okay, good. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Okay. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 13. Thus art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, right? And that's ultimately what they're doing. All these summits, summit this, summit that. They even got, now they got the BRICS, and now they had their first summit, and then their whole summit came up inclusive of actually taking over the world currency. So they decided to say, nah, we ain't gonna take over the world currency yet. So that's just the, and really, I thought about that. I'm gonna probably do a lesson on that. I'm gonna say this is the Lord giving you Jakes. This is the mercy of the Lord. He giving you Jakes a little more time by allowing them, the BRICS nation, to say we're gonna keep the American dollar as the world currency. That's the mercy. That's actually the mercy of the Lord. Because if they would have did that, the dollar, oh man,
Yeah, that's a form too of them saying, yeah, comes after their peace and safety, sudden destruction, man.
Yeah.
Daniel 8. See, that's what the Lord is going to bring something real quick because we are in those times.
Yeah, and the weary in the multitude of thy counsels, let now thy astronomers, right? They go to your NASA, right? Your astronomers looking at the stars, trying to figure this out, trying to figure that out, all these different things.
They need to
doing your next move, and your and the star gazers and monthly prognosticators stand up and save. Oh, wait, it said you're not going to save. Oh, that's beautiful. The Lord said, "You shall not save your desire," but it says right here, it says, "And stand up and save thee with these things that shall come upon thee." And who's coming upon you? The Lord said He's not going to meet you as a man. So let's see if this can save thee. Oh, that is crazy. The Lord's not coming to meet you as a man. So let's see if all this can save you. But the Lord is mocking you because in Job, He already said you're not going to save it. You're not going to save it. So that's the thing, man. The Lord is so well.
Yeah. Micah 2:2, it says, "And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away."
So you see how they covet fields, right? You know, when you covet something that you're taking it. See that? When you take it, how are you taking it? By violence. Violence. Hey, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, a freaking energy weapon that shoots a concentrated laser beam hotter than anything can ever be, shooting down on Hawaii. Yeah, so it was almost like a nuke, pretty close to it. Because that's why the whole thing. Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. Because I was doing my lesson on that, and it said something about the energy weapon, and then it said the fodder, and I was like, what is a fodder? So I went and looked up what fodder means. Fodder means cattle. So it said the fodders are claiming conspiracy theories about the whole laser beam thing.
Wait, so these are the platforms?
No. It said fodders, like almost like you're saying toppers, but it's with an F. Oh, yeah, it's with it's a fodder. Fodder, yeah. Fodders, yeah. So I looked up the word fodder, it actually goes back to cattle. So I was like, that's a signal of the elite calling you goyim. That's another way because it goes into it being cattle or livestock. It said when you look up the meaning, it goes into livestock and cattle. So it's saying here these cattle go or the goyim go in with their conspiracy theories. But when they say that, that's a thing to the other elites, knowing that means if they did it. They did it. So that's another thing of saying, hey, look, we did this, and we're gonna take your fields by violence, man. And we don't care by any means how we got to do it because that's great farmland. Because Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland. I can see Bill Gates going over there to buy that all up to make more farmland so they can have more food for their bunkers. Because they ain't gonna be planting it for you, for the peons, average American. No, they're planting and growing things for themselves. They're gonna grow the real food for them, and then give you lab meat. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he wants you to eat bugs and lab meat.
Basically, Esau has set up his NWO so he could have him and his elect and have this world for them, man. But the Heavenly Father has him and his elect, right?
Bill Gates already has a bunch of land in Hawaii. In fact, they want to turn Hawaii now into a smart city, is what they're doing. And so they made it illegal to say nobody can move back to their houses. The people that didn't get affected at all have to move out of their houses. And what he was saying is, Bill Gates gonna go in there and try and buy up all land. Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Oprah, Will Smith, Morgan Freeman.
Which are all peasants.
Yeah, these are your enemies. These are the enemies. These are the ones doing the land grab. These are the ones coming in when you think that they're your friends you saw them on a commercial and you thought that they were all love and joy. These are your enemies. They come to you. They're wolves in sheep's clothing.
And well, ultimately, a lot of these actors and actresses, Hollywood, if you will, especially the Israelites are in there. They're like the Stevies of this world, man. The Stevie's the guy off of Django that was the house nigga that cried and bowed down, buckled down to his knees when the slave master was put to death, man.
Pretty much, man. So they all.
Hey, master, we sick, master. Our house burning down, master. No, your house burning down. Now we gonna be free, man. We're gonna be free, man. You know the old hip hop thing. You know what I mean? If the roof on the fire, let that motherfucker. Hey, when America's on fire, let that motherfucker burn, man. Hey, we're gonna be in that sentiment. We're gonna be partying. The Lord said we're gonna dance in the blood of our enemies. Not literally, because what? That's like the same thing when the Lord said He's gonna put the blood on His garments. We're not gonna do that, but it's a sentiment of saying how we're gonna destroy you, man. How the Lord's gonna restore the kingdom to the rightful owners, right? Starting with Yahushua and King David, man.
That goes right into what you told me to do. Starting at 5. This Job 18, starting at 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle. And
That's what's happening to you. You're not getting the instructions like how you used to get it. Because the Lord is putting out your light. You know, all that witchcraft that you have been immersed in. You know, the Lord is taking it away from you. You have to go on the highway. You know, because that shit in Hawaii, man, that's just that place is remember, that's part of America as well.
Then they admitted to the goddamn volcano. So, and you know when those missiles hit, that volcano is gonna erupt, man. They ain't gonna have a choice. Yeah. And there's brothers out there, man. And guess what? They ain't worried because hey, we fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't need to fear no damn volcano, man. You're going on to the next verse, or finish it off. It says, again, Micah 2 and finishing off verse 2, it says, so they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
So isn't that what they're doing? We're out there on the party. All right, these are just examples, man. These are just examples for you, man. Right? They're victims for their houses. Right? Because Esau thinks that his house will be king forever. Which is not, man. You're on fucking time limit. You got bounds that you cannot pass. You know,
Therefore, thus saith the Lord, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil.
It's evil time. You know, that was evil. What happened, man? They said children got killed. This is burnt alive, man, because a lot of them say, man, he saw us get shit, man.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. Because
they said over 1,000 people are missing, but like the person said, they were telling me 1,000 people don't just come up missing. They're dead. They're either out in sea somewhere far, or they're just dead. So 1,000 people, you can't just come up 1,000 people just missing. You don't know where they're at. So you're talking about one of the U.S. worst fires that the U.S. ever have experienced, so-called, right? But it's the worst fire because what? It's those concentrated laser beams, man. So of course it's the worst fire it's ever been, right? And they were only saying what? First they were saying 55 people died. Then the other dude was telling me, he said, how was that? When yesterday they said it was 80 something people died. The next day the same news said 55 people died. Now they're up to 100 or something. But we know that there has to be way more people dead than that because, like I was explaining to someone, dead people don't claim their land. So a lot of that land, they're not even going to have any arguments because the husband's dead, the wife's dead.
Right.
You ain't got to go to court for that or nothing like that.
Right. It's not like your neighbor is gonna sit there and fight for you. Fucked up too.
Even if you don't have a will, right, and you have say you have a wife, it's the husband's house. You don't have a will. That house ain't gonna go to her, man. She has to jump through all sort of legal hoops to even maybe get that, man. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, because you were saying something about the Lord's taking away their power. That power. So this Jeremiah chapter, because your power is lies, wickedness, basically, and the deceit that Satan speaks to you, you go out and perform it. Like the scripture said, you can't fall asleep unless you cause someone to fall, and that's been your power this whole time. So this is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 7, concerning Edom. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, which means armies, is wisdom no more in Teman? So look, Teman ain't got the wisdom that they used to have. You Edomites ain't got the wisdom that you used to have. Satan is not giving you the right instructions. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't telling you the truth.
He ain't telling you the truth. You know what I mean? He's misleading you. And when he do give you, it's like a roundabout way. Like he's telling you the truth, but it's a roundabout. And you know about certain things when you build things, if it's a centimeter off, it fucks up everything. You know what I mean? So it's a thing, and it seems like it's working, and it's just gonna, and that's ultimately your kingdom. It's gonna seem like it's working. That's what the Lord said. In the fullness of sufficiency of your belly, it seem like it's gonna work, but that's when because Satan's giving you all the wrong things. He's giving you what he say? What you call him? Ahab, giving you the lying prophet, man. Giving you those lying spirits, right?
So I was talking earlier. There's many anti-Hamashiach, many antichrists.
So, okay, and it's councils perish. Oh wait, that's what we're saying. You having all these councils, these summits, but even in your summits, it's like it's perishing. Like you'd be like, hey, somebody come up with an idea. And y'all, no one's coming up really with an idea. I got a precept. You ever watch those movies when they're trying to come up commercial pitches, and they in there trying to brainstorm how to come up with a commercial, and no one knows that's Esau. They're trying to come up with a way to push more BS on info.
I got a precept for that. Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. So, I mean, that's self-explanatory. If you're being told that you're doing wrong, it's going to come to a point where you're going to get judged on what you're doing. It's that simple. It's not brain surgery. It's not brain surgery.
Yeah. And anyone who hardens their neck, you ain't looking. That's what it's saying. You're hardening your neck. You ain't looking to be reproved, right? Because it tells you in the beginning that it says that the Most High ways is not in Esau's mind, in his heart. In your heart, in your mind, your life, the Most High ways is not of you. So you're not even concerned of your latter end, like the scriptures say. You ain't thinking about your latter end, man.
You don't know that you're fully sliding. Right. We're saying at the time you're fully sliding. We're seeing that. We're seeing you double slide, man, to a point where it's physically manifested, man. That's why Biden keeps moving forward, man. And that's not the first time this motherfucker fell. He fell way more times than that off camera, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably fell at least 100 fucking times, man. Right. They just got it on camera. Happened to get it on camera, man.
That's the people following him. Right. They were saying last time they had the summit, he walked into a whole nother building that he wasn't even supposed to. The summit was over here. He ended up supposed to. I guess they just let him go. He ended up accidentally walking into a whole nother office.
How about that, man?
Yeah. It's counsel. It's counsel perish from the prudent, right? So that's your so-called smart guys. That's why the Lord said, get your prognosticators and your stargazers, your smart people, see if it can save you. Is there any more prudency, any more wisdom, any more knowledge with you? Right? So there ain't no more wisdom with you. Is there any more? Is their wisdom vanished? Right? Your wisdom is vanished. And the whole world is seeing that because as they're seeing that, that's why they're looking at, oh, wait, are you weak as us? Or you have come weak as us? So now that they're seeing that you just as weak as them, nobody's looking at you with fear and admiration. Because at first they were looking at you with fear and this like this all like greatness. Who can make war with them? Oh my God, this guy is so great. But now it's like, what? Are you weak as us? Oh yeah, we remember when you came over here, killed us here, and did this. And now they're gonna be ready for war, all out war. Let the weak say I'm strong, man.
And now at this point, you'd be a fool to place a bet on Babylon, man. Everybody's going all in on Russia. But finishing this off, Habakkuk 2 and what was our verse 8? It says, because where I left off, of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the great, of the city, and of all that dwell therein, woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil.
Right. That's Babylon. That's America, right? Well, over to Babylon that goes around the world having their military in every place, but except for because America's one of the fairly young countries, right? America's the youngest nation, but they've only had maybe 40 years of peace. All you ever did was war, and eventually these other nations are going to get tired. And what Babylon the Great, which America, is going to become a wilderness. 200 million missiles is going to hit America, man.
Gonna rock this place, man. So going into Isaiah 13, it tells you that the earth shall rock to and fro like a drunkard, man. You know that's what this place is being set up for. America is just an altar, man, to be destroyed. You people, you think that you're gonna go on, 10 years, 15 years from now, man? You don't want to hear that, man. You know, the average person doesn't want to hear that this place is gonna be destroyed, man. Because what hope do we have anything else? You know, Jake, you don't stand up for shit. You just sit there and let these damn devils indoctrinate you. They're bullshit, man. You know, so again, America is being set up to be destroyed, man, off the face of the earth. That's the future of America, man. See that's why we were saying that, the Lord is gonna put it in his mind to press that button and send them news over, right?
Going on, it says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. Verse 12, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establisheth a city by iniquity.
That's peace off there, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world.
Let me just grab this real quick. Numbers 39 and 30, man. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Actually, it's the one about this is
Going away, talk about the judgment. Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 13 and 11. I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the highness of the terrible. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory. He's going to destroy all of you high-minded, proud people. You, and what makes you high-minded and proud? You think that you're going to get into the kingdom, but you're not going to follow the instructions to get it. Neat.
And really, they learned it from Esau, man. Like the scriptures say, as the ruler of a city, so shall the people be. Man.
Yep.
And this devil has taught is proudful, and has taught us the same thing. That's what the scriptures say. Why is earth and ashes proud?
They'll come proud, all of you wicked. This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 5. My sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. Right?
If I can say, there's going to be a giant sword flying around in the sky, man. That's talking about an ICBM.
This place utterly, that's what it was made to waste them, to destroy it. You think a hurricane is serious. The wind and the blast of a nuclear missile, man, that's far beyond any tsunamis.
Hey, even that laser beam ain't gonna have no comparison.
Right. That goes right back into Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his his fierce anger. You guys rock this joint.
Yes. Yeah, it says, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. The sword of the Most High Yahweh is full with blood, and it is made fat with the fatness and with the blood of lambs, that's you Israelites, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? Because you're the lambs. You're the lambs. You're supposed to follow him wheresoever he go. You're supposed to be following the prophets, but instead you're following the wickedness and the lust of your own self.
Yeah,
you're loving that darkness.
You're following the people of Lord's person, which is the scriptures quote you. It says the people are cursed. That's what it's coming down to, man. You see that? So yeah, go ahead.
And goats, right? Which that goes into Esau. Goats is Esau, man. Right? When the Grecians came, that's what Daniel seen. He seen that the goat which represents the Grecians, and
this proves the point that my brother was making, that this place is an altar, man. Because all these animals are animals that are being sacrificed, man. And now, who are the animals being sacrificed now? The people. And this place is the altar, man. And through Yahweh's blood, some of us, right? Some of us have already been cleansed, right? And now we're making our bodies that living sacrifice. But for the rest of you, man, your blood is upon your own head. You just talk to your pieces of toe.
With the fatness of the kidneys of rams, and that goes for you other nations, all the other people that's mingled, because what America's known as the great melting pot, and that's exactly what the Lord's going to make it with the ICBM missiles. It's going to be a great melting of all the people, man. The Lord said, even the fatness of you shall make the fire flame hotter, man.
And because when you burn fat, man, you know what I'm saying, it flames up. You know? See, that's why the scripture says that, man.
It's like it's the lake of fire, man. Yeah. We're living in the lake of fire. What's going to become the lake of fire?
Yeah, there ain't no burning place in hell down on the ground with a red guy with a pitchfork. That's all nonsense. That's all Catholic doctrine BS, man. Right? It's only the lake of fire is going to be through these ICBM missiles, which is going to turn Babylon the Great, which is America, the judgment of the Most High upon this wicked place, upon this wicked kingdom where blood touched its blood, man. And what the Lord said that it has to be cleansed. It has to be cleansed, right? So it says,
so the best cleansing agent is what? Is that fire, that nuclear fire. That's why it's going to be so hot, man. You know, the Lord's Spirit is going to be within those crystals, man. The scriptures talk about the fervent heat in 2 Peter, right? It's going to melt every day. You see that?
For Yahweh have a sacrifice in Basra, right? And that's America. Modern day Basra is America, and generally any place where you Edomites are at. Because missiles are going to be shot every different place. But the main place is what America, because this is the altar. That's why we're out here on the highways and the byways making this an altar. We're dedicating it. Back in the day, the Lord set up Moses to get the hyssop and dip it in the blood and sprinkle the blood with blood and water with the hyssop. And that's ultimately what we're doing. The words are the blood and water, right? Through the scriptures. So we're sprinkling the hyssop, the blood and the water, right, upon the elect through the words that bring back the elect, right? Because the Lord is the one who's gathering the elect through the words, through the prophets, right? It's not of our own doing, it's through the words of the prophets that's gathering the elect. So it says, come down, Yahweh have a sacrifice in Basra, a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. And it's another word of saying Edom. Esau, Edom, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, is going to be destroyed, man. Right? You're really red, but you call yourself white. You're self-proclaimed, right? Because the real white people are the Israelites, right? Because white dealing with righteousness, man. That's right. And that's why it says that your garment, the thing you should put on, a cloak of righteousness, it should be all white, right? That's why when you go to Daniel's, was it 7 and 9, it says the Most High, who had a garment, it was white, right? and his head was pure what? Pure wool. So it proves that the Lord is of us, and righteousness is dealing with the white garment, and that garment is dealing with the truth, man. Right? The milk with the meat, right? Not just all milk scriptures or not just all meat scriptures. It's a balance when it comes to Yahweh, right? It says, and the unicorn shall come down, which that's your power. That's your power structure. Your whole power is going to come down. Your military might, your money, everything is going to come. Everything that make America, or Britain, or wherever you Edomites be at, is all going to come down because what? Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of that following, right? So it says, with them and the bullocks and with the bulls and their land shall be smoted with blood, and the dust made with the fatness, for it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompense, right? Which means righteous anger, man. His recompense, which means payback, man. You heard of James Brown, the big payback? That's what Yahweh Shai is coming to bring, right? Through the power of his father, Yahweh, right? And for the controversy of Zion. Through the controversy of Zion, right? Because what? We've been into all these captivities, those controversies from Babylon, from with the Medo-Persian Empire, through the Greek Empire, through the Rome, and to the second leg of Rome. We've been through a lot of different controversies, man. But the Lord is going to put an end to all that and give us back the kingdom, man.
Right? For the world, you know, saying that
He had loved us.
He had loved us.
Yeah,
He says that have the gutter rats come and bow down before our feet, and to know that I have loved you. I'll go ahead and get you the description.
This is Romans 12:1. It says, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service.
Well, man, that's pretty much what we started off with. So again, this is our reasonable service. We're out here on the highways of heaven. You know, we pray that this is edifying to the brothers, man. Till the next time, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadas.
Next time, shalom.
Shalom.